Making friends is simple, but making friends isn't always easy, especially if you're an awkward teenager who doesn't know where to start. Most people have a handful of companions you can count on when you are in need, but imagine having to make friends with 29 other people in class 1-1 at the start of a new school year. Bocchi Hitori is painfully shy but full of spirit. She makes a promise with her childhood friend Kai to make friends with everyone in her class when she starts Sakura Second Middle School. Otherwise, they will stop being friends themselves. It sounds like a malicious request done with ill intent, but it's actually done out of kindness. Kai believes in Bocchi. At first, she's apprehensive of the idea. She goes as far as considering eliminating middle schools altogether. Needless to say, that doesn't happen. It's very inspiring to see her take the steps to change herself, regardless of how awkward she is. Nako Tsunao is her first classmate she befriends. Nako comes off as brash, but she's very sweet and considerate. People tend to think she's a delinquent. The homeroom teacher, Oshi Totoro, is afraid of her for no real reason. It's a complete misunderstanding. Nako is a little hesitant to have Hitori as a companion at first, because she doesn't like to be fret over. She is usually the first one to notice and looks out for Bocchi. Her tough demeanor makes it hard for her to be seen as a kind-hearted individual. She's good at giving advice. Adu Honsho is the class vice president, who is secretly unfortunate. She has bad luck. She spends most of her time maintaining a perfect persona among her peers. She comforts Bocchi after her and Nako have a little fight. Adu has a little bit of a rivalry with Nako. The friendship with Bocchi keeps them from going too far. She cares about her friends and wants to be a role model for others. Even though she's a bit of a klutz, she's trying her best to be who she wants to be. She's good at taking action. Rakita Sotaka is a foreign exchange student fascinated with ninjas. Because of how Bocchi goes out of her way to avoid people, Rakita thinks she's a ninja. Even after Bocchi tells her she's not, Rakita insists on becoming her ninja apprentice. She agrees, as long as it means they can be friends together eventually. Rakita is full of energy. She worries about Bocchi just as much as the others do. She's the one who will carry Bocchi when she passes out from happiness. Bocchi's overdramatic reactions are hilarious. Even though she is far from being the sociable type, she tries her hardest to make the situation right. She's overly sensitive and reads between the lines way too much. At any indication she might lose a friend, she gets disheartened. She's a bit dense but very assertive. Bocchi is trying her best to get over her social anxiety. She is seen reading a book called Making Friends for Dummies. She writes down everything as a strategy guide so she knows what to do and say. It's very endearing to watch her stumble and fall. The main cast's reaction to rather normal situations is fantastic. They turn simple events into over-the-top trials. Adu challenges Nako to a tennis match just to win her approval. They always tease each other, but it doesn't go too far across the line, for Bocchi's sake. When Nako visits Bocchi's home, she welcomes her in a bear costume. Adu tends to put herself in bad positions on her own. Obvious mistakes anyone could catch, Adu doesn't. Rakita follows Bocchi's every move, thinking it's some sort of ninja training. Bocchi is the center of the group. She's very considerate for others. She helps Nako study. She teaches Rakita how to throw origami shurikens. She helps Adu understand that it's okay to be yourself. It's not just fun and games all the time. They talk to each other about their troubles and help when they can, or stand back if it's something they need to do alone to prove to themselves they are learning to grow as an individual. Something that might seem trivial on paper is actually explored in a much deeper way that you wouldn't expect. Bocchi Hitori is the person I want to be. No matter how many times she fails, she always perseveres. She grows along with the friends she makes, regardless of how silly the cast is. It's very heartwarming to see them want to change themselves. They support each other along the way. The first time Bocchi sees Kai again is heartbreaking, but encouraging. Kai cares a lot about Bocchi. Bocchi has a good reason to make friends with everyone in her class. So Bocchi and Kai can be friends again. Wahaha.